Alright, you read the title. This is a ranking of every Modern Warfare 3 2023 kill streak from worst to best. Quick note that this is an opinion, so don't murder me if a streak you like using is low. It's just an opinion. Alright, let's go. This gameplay for this section is legit just me running around in one spot with the Guardian, because I could not get any gameplay with it, no one was running to me, this thing sucks, and it... The concept is cool, however it just sucks. You can see this thing on the minimap, already making it too noticeable, but then it also has this ray effect, so if the enemy doesn't notice it on the map, then they're gonna notice it from the noise and the ray. Also, the effects it has on enemies isn't even good. If you want to keep an area safe, just use a cluster mine. It costs just one more than the Guardian, and it actually kills. While it's nice to see its return, it's not very good. There are multiple ways to destroy kill streaks in this game, like the Storm Ender or any other rocket launcher or just normal guns. Not to mention that this thing costs the same as the UAV. Just use the UAV! The one thing that this has over the Guardian is that it can at least destroy kill streaks. The Guardian just sits there doing nothing. Okay, this is not a bad kill streak, it just doesn't fit my playstyle. I like moving around the map, and this is sort of the opposite. It's also not the same as using a chopper gunner where your character will stay still, but you get to use this insane attack helicopter. Sure, you're guaranteed to get a kill with the bomb drone, but I just prefer using the mosquito drone. Why is such a high kill streak this low on the list? Well, it's mainly because it's inconsistent. Sometimes you'll get quite a few kills, and other times you won't.
Yes! 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 No! No! No!
But it's also low because there's just a better and cheaper kill streak that does what it's supposed to do, that being the SAE. Not to mention that it takes a while for the carpet bomb to take effect. I have to point out that the carpet bomb is better in the bigger game modes, those being invasion and ground war. So it's not the worst thing ever, it's just a worse version of better streaks. I admit, I don't really know where to rank this. Most of the time, it's hot garbage. You waste a good 30 seconds in the match for the care package to drop, only for it to be a 4 kill streak. But the few times it is good, it's really good. Does that sentence even make any sense? So yeah, many of you may not agree with this placement, and I don't blame you. This placement is subjective and differs between experiences. My experience with this thing is people just shoot it down within the first 10 seconds. Your experience could be the enemy just ignoring it. Again, many of you may not agree with this, but even then, I just don't have a reason to use it. I always use ghosts and I'm always running around, so the enemy UAV isn't a problem for me. That's very selfish, I know. I'd probably use ghosts less and the counter UAV more if it wasn't so easy to destroy. This thing can be taken out with a quarter of a mag from any gun. It's stationary, unlike the UAV, and it's closer to the ground. I just don't have a reason to use this, especially when it costs the same as the cluster mine. The precision airstrike is hard to hit sometimes. Similarly to the carpet bomb, you'll get one kill sometimes, while other times it's a multi-kill. Oh my god! It definitely is better than the carpet bomb for the standard 6v6 maps, and it being cheaper definitely brings it up. It's also faster to deploy. To put it in the most simple way possible, it's a weaker cluster mine that is more expensive. Yes, I know it's an older kill streak making its return, but it returned in a game where its newer and superior brother resides.
You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are.
It shoots its projectiles at you, which is cool, but you could just avoid it once you hear the sound. It also only has 4 of them, and again, it costs more than the cluster mine. Now, if you want to defend the objective with your life, you could run both cluster mine and the IMS. But if you want to choose just one, just choose the cluster mine. This is one of the better set and forget kill streaks. Deploys very fast, is consistent with getting kills, and it's cheap. You can use it in the enemy spawn or to defend an objective. Hell, you can even place it anywhere on the map and you will get a kill. There's not much else to say about it other than it's a fun streak to use. We're at the point where kill streaks are good, but not as good as the top 5 or top 10 even. So if you see a kill streak close to here, then it's not bad, just overshadowed in my opinion. Okay, this streak is weird to use. It shoots homing rockets, but it sometimes won't lock onto the enemy you're targeting, and it will go kill someone else. Or it'll just do whatever the hell this is.
What is that? What the f is that?
The missiles are controllable, yet most of the time it doesn't feel that way. You'll still get kills with it, so it's not a bad streak, but it's definitely a weird one. And I'm not the only one that thinks this, look on Reddit. If this was pre-season 2, then this would be top 5 easily, at least top 10. But after that, it got an increase to its cost and became easier to destroy. In fact, it went from being destroyed in 12 melee hits to 3. That combined with the cost definitely made it drop in the ranking. It still hits hard though, and it is good for holding a line of sight on the map. Just make sure no one starts knifing it. You can control the cruise missile, potentially allowing you to get a multi-kill, and it's better in non-objective modes. You're also able to destroy some aerial streaks like the VTOL, but what made me place this lower than the mortar was that once you use this to get a kill, it's gone. I also placed this lower than the SAE since the SAE has more area control. I will admit that the cruise missile is a more fun kill streak than these two. It's a better carpet bomb. Way more consistent with killing enemies, and you can place it in 3 different locations. Not to mention that it's cheaper. Yes, I know in the perspective of a ground war player, the carpet bomb is better, but when looking at 6v6 or 10v10, the SAE is better. It also doesn't take 10 years to activate. So this kill streak has better map control, and if you place it on an objective, even if the mortar strike doesn't get any kills, you have pushed the enemy back for a long time, allowing your teammates to hold the objective. It also got a decrease to the delay once the target was marked, so it became harder to outrun, while maintaining its long duration. Hell, sometimes you'll place this mortar strike, and after a while, people will still be running towards it. It's like they don't even notice it.
What? No, dude!
This is probably gonna be the most controversial placement. I don't think the EMP is broken, it's not overpowered, and it's obviously not going to be as consistent as other streaks. If your team is getting destroyed by kill streaks, this can be a real lifesaver. But unless your average COD experience is just chopper gunners killing you, you're not going to go into a match with the intent of killing the enemy's kill streaks with the EMP. Although there's one really valuable thing that the EMP always brings, and it's shutting down your opponent's recon or minimap. With how many players run the UAV, this is the ultimate counter to them. So yes, it's not always going to protect you from opposing kill streaks, but it will always protect you from the UAVs. I will say though that this is one of the coolest looking streaks. This of course is an inferior version of the mini Juggernaut, but it's not bad having a Haymaker, smoke grenade, a mini UAV that's attached to you, and the riot shield. The Haymaker only having 8 ammo does hinder you, but you have a decent amount of health to help. The riot shield just makes things even more annoying for the enemy, and the smoke grenade is a nice touch. The only problem with this is that it's another care package type of streak, meaning that you have to wait a bit for it to arrive, and you gotta hope that your teammates can keep the enemy off of you. Though one thing I will say is that every Juggernaut type of streak, it has some banger music. I admit, this was going to be placed a lot lower on the list, but then I played a game where we were losing, and then this happened. Yes, I got the Swarm and Chopper Gunner, and it allowed us to make a comeback and win the match. I know that this isn't always going to happen, and most of the time, you'll just get stupid garbage like this.
Hey yo, what the f?
Yet knowing that this alone has the chance to turn things around is sick. So while the airdrop isn't consistent, when you see those higher kill streaks on your screen, it's amazing. Having a helo follow you is a lot of fun, and can fit pretty much any playstyle on the map. It's probably one of the most versatile streaks in the game since it's really quick to deploy and doesn't require you to stay still, yet still operates really well. It also serves as a good distraction so you can kill everyone while they're looking at the helo. Also, I want to share that this thing got a sick buff where it takes 50% less damage from enemy bullets, making it so that it doesn't die so quickly, though in 10v10 this doesn't really make a difference. I like using this, and if you didn't, since it died so quickly, use it now. Many of you may consider the sentry turret to be better than the Wilson, and I can't blame you. Some people prefer using set and forget kill streaks while others like operating them. I'm in the middle, yet in my opinion the Wilson is better. You can get so many kills with this thing and just wreak havoc on the enemy. Also, the Wilson can be used to push the enemy, so it's essentially unavoidable.
I think he got a knife!
I've always found this to be a fun and just an overall great streak. One of the newer kill streaks to be added, it's easily one of the best. Select 3 areas on the map, and then you press whatever the prompt says, and then it will shoot at one of the locations that has the highest number of enemies. It's really good, and there's no warning for the enemy to know when it will strike. A cool trick is to see if a lot of enemies are on the UAV, and if they happen to be on the spot where you placed it, then get ready for a lot of kills. The cool part is that when you press the prompt, you can easily be running or doing other stuff. You don't have to pull out the tablet again. Easily one of the best kill streaks in the game, and I hope it makes its return. While it's not as good as it was in the older games, it's still a really good streak. You'll get quite a few kills, and it's a fun one to use. It's always satisfying to get kills with it, and there's nothing the enemy can do. The only annoying thing is when you have to wait for the missile and the 45mm cannon to reload. So you're stuck with the 25mm cannon, which is obviously the worst one. Despite that, the missile is so much fun to use, and you're guaranteed to get a multi-kill with it every time. Not much else to say about it, so let's move on. How is this low cost streak so high up on my list? It's because I found it to be really good at its job. This is an objective player's best friend since it helps a ton in protecting an area. I also think it's really good since I have died multiple times to it.
Hey, so how's the war going for you guys?
I can't wait to go back home and see my mom.
I really hope that this streak returns in later CODs because it's such a fun but amazing one to use. It's just that good, and since it's a low cost streak, you'll be getting this often. Is anyone really surprised that the classic UAV is this high on the list? A cheap recon that lasts for a decent amount of time, there's no wonder that this cheap streak is near the top. Without it, getting those high kill streaks would have been more difficult if it weren't for the UAV. It being available for everyone on your team when you use it, it's the most versatile streak in all of Call of Duty, come on. So why isn't it at the top if I'm giving it this much praise? It's because I feel that the higher streaks deserve it and are generally more fun to use in my opinion. Okay, I had some trouble when it came to ranking the top 5 streaks. This streak has always been good. It having a one target SAE type of attack when you call it in, it's amazing. And then it gets better when it comes back and starts shooting down the enemy. Some of you may rank this lower since it was so easy to destroy, but a few months back it got the Overwatch helo treatment, where bullets deal 50% less damage to it, making it harder to take down with normal guns. Also, being able to control where the VTOL goes, come on, that's a great feature. It also has the same traits as the Overwatch helo, where it will distract the enemy for a while, and since they're distracted, why not just flank them and kill them? The VTOL got better survivability, so just give it a try. Again, it doesn't make much of a difference in 10v10 though. The Juggernaut is one of those streaks that you don't use often, but when you finally decide to use it, you're gonna have a good time. Having so much health and a full-on minigun, come on, this is a fun streak. It also has its own soundtrack dedicated to it. Look, it got updated here, listen. The Juggernaut has always done a good job at making you feel like you're on top of the world. While this costs the same as the AC-130 or gunship, I think the Chopper Gunner is better. It's easier to see enemies that have the cold-blooded perk equipped since they're closer to the ground, but you have consistent damage. The Air Conditioner 130 has different types of missiles or bullets, which makes it a bit inconsistent when it comes to getting kills. You're also free to move the chopper, and I don't think I need to explain why that's good. And again, it got a 50% damage reduction from bullets. I can see why people who use set and forget kill streaks won't rank this as high as I did, so feel free to put this lower if you guys want. Another old kill streak returns, that being the Swarm. This thing is insane. You'll get a lot of kills with this thing, and unless the enemy is running the EMP, your kills are gonna go way up. This streak is amazing, and it also got a change where it won't kill the user if they manage to be in the radius of the explosion. This also applies to the Mosquito drone. And you know how I said that the EMP is one of the best looking streaks in the game? Well, this also looks very good. Look at it! It also sounds amazing. It's so much fun seeing your character caught in a streak, and then the kill feed goes crazy with your name killed enemy. I'm glad it's here, and it's in my opinion the second best streak in the game. So what's the best? Remember all the praise I gave the UAV? How when you activate it, it also works for your teammates and it reveals the enemy? Well, while the advanced UAV is not cheap, it does those two things but also lasts way longer. It shows the enemy in real time and their direction. While the streak itself doesn't get kills like the Chopper Gunner or Swarm, it can lead to your teammates getting their kill streaks, which is only a good thing. Even if that doesn't happen, you know where the enemy is. No one is flanking you, don't worry. It's so versatile like the UAV in anyone, any playstyle, it works for you. It's also not the most expensive streak in the game, so it's achievable, it's attainable. Some of you may agree with this number 1 pick, some may not. So let me know what the best kill streak is in Modern Warfare 3. Wow, we're at the end of the video. Yeah, this was definitely a longer one than I usually make, but I'm proud of this one. Now, when we're talking about kill streaks, we can't really compare them to the original Modern Warfare 2 because those kill streaks were just straight on broken. Nowadays, kill streaks have gotten weaker. So, like the VTOL, okay, compared to Modern Warfare 2019, it's not that good. But when we're talking about how it is in the game, compared to other kill streaks, it's definitely one of the better ones. If we were to compare them to older CODs, then none of these kill streaks would compete. Also, holy crap, I want to thank y'all for getting me to almost 600 subscribers. I'm really proud. I'm so happy that I'm able to get this far. And honestly, I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys. Alright, I'll see y'all in the next video.